Hello everyone, I'm Gary, also known as Seren or Seren Writing, and this poem's called 43 Minutes of Light. The first time sound broke open my mind like a door. Dark side of the moon spun slowly, I'd never asked for more. Not a song, not a track, but a world fully formed, where silence and heartbeat together were normed. I didn't move once, I just sat in that chair, while the room learned to breathe and the walls learned to stare. From the first distant pulse to the last fading tone, I forgot I was body, forgot I was bone. Time stretched thin, like a beam made of sound. Every second a circle that looped me around. The clocks weren't a warning, they were part of the spell. Each tick a confession I knew far too well. Money laughed, voices argued, the sky learnt to cry, and a screen cut a hole straight through reason and why. Yet I stayed, rooted still, as if movement would break whatever strange truth that the album would take. Guitars bent like light through a prism of thought, every note saying things I'd never been taught. Lyrics weren't sung, they were placed in my chest, like hands rearranging what needed to rest. I watched my own fears drift past like debris, saw myself from a distance, unguarded and free. The album kept going, a perfect closed loop, while I quietly slipped out of the old mental troops. Side A turned to side B, without asking my name, and I felt fundamentally not quite the same. The room held its breath, and the sound carried on, as if standing up now would prove something wrong. I wasn't chasing escape, wasn't trying to flee. I was learning what stillness was teaching to me, that listening deeply could also be choice, that silence could answer without using a voice. When eclipse finally faded to nothing but air, I noticed my hands were still resting right there. 43 minutes gone, but something had stayed. Something carefully shifted, dismantled, relayed. I stood up eventually, but not quite intact, like I'd stepped through a mirror and couldn't step back. The world looked familiar, yet softly misaligned, as if music had edited parts of my mind. From that moment on, every album I play is measured against how that night made me stay. How I learned not to move, not to rush, not to run, but to listen until I was changed by the sum. So if someone asks when my life took that turn, when sound became teacher and listening learned, I'll say when I sat, didn't move, didn't roam, and dark side of the moon taught me how to feel home. Thank you for listening to 43 Minutes of Light. I've been Gary, also known as Seren or Seren Writing. If you enjoyed this poem in any way, or it liked it or moved you, please like, share and follow. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.